All right, guys. This is Numbers. I'm joined with Hanz, a friend of mine, and I just finished this 1v1 tournament. It wasn't my favorite result, but it was sort of competitive broadly. And we're going to watch the games back and talk about what I could have improved and what was out of control a little bit. Real quick, the modules. I'm running turbo on this because I want to be able to beat them to the cap area or to the high ground. I'm running vents because I'm a cron, obviously, and I'm running a vert with the directive because the gun is hilariously trolly. Also, food. If I get brewed, the game ends, but that's true for any of us. So, this is game one. I'm against a super conch, and I have not yet realized how scary that tank is.
Yeah, it's a very forgiving tank for him. You can do a lot of stupid things and get away with it.
It feels like an outrageous amount, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just especially in this type of matchup, right? Like,
Yep. My plan here was to get on the cap and force them in a time crunch. What I didn't realize is that the Sconq, who I assume is also running a turbo, is actually that fast. So I'm going to get on top here, and I'm going to realize, oh, crap, he actually made it.
and you know what? This is actually a decent hull down for you. Just even that little bit when he's on the low ground there,
Yep.
you can actually bounce a bit. But
Yeah, we start that engagement really ahead, and now I've got to hide for 20 seconds. Uh, the awkward part is he doesn't get a pen, so we're almost the same HP after I penned him 3 times.
yeah,
So that's a little disappointing. Plan is to
and that's
drop
really
spot.
your key. That's
Yeah,
your key. You have to pen. You can't afford bounces or misses or RNG.
right? What's crazy too is he bounced me, and he actually got the other shot off while I was clipping. I mean, the reload for that guy is crazy. My plan is to come around here, see if I can punish his side. Can't. Come around a little further, knowing I've got a pen, and then this good shot on the side. Problem is, I'm now tracked, and it's a
Yeah.
very short repair time. Very short.
Yeah, and he's close. He can almost keep you permit. Like
Yeah.
it's that close if you miss time
It's
one.
super. And I feel like if I was the super conch, I would have backed down the ridge a little bit as firing. So here, I'm needing to pen 2 shots, and I dirt this one. We watched it back. I shoot about here, but I think I'm server lagged or something, and I miss. However, I should have rolled around and waited longer. That would have resolved my problem. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in a time crunch. I'd like to get my shot off first. Number one, I failed to do that. We both shoot about the same time. Number two, because I'm moving my gun around and 68 MS is pretty dang great for me, I shoot the dirt even with the reticle not including it. So, kind of a rough
Yeah,
moment.
you get trolled a little here. This KV does this quite a bit. Like
Yeah.
if you're moving a little bit, it's a derp.
Yep.
But you had him. I think that definitely could have been yours if you had a little bit more luck and maybe, as you say, took your extra second just to make
For
sure, right?
sure. I think this was the closest game of the night, probably, even with some being wins. This game for me was the one that I want back because if I had waited, I played that game really well. If I had waited, I would have been okay, and you know, I didn't. So I can be salty, but I've been salty for an hour. I think I can just learn. I can just learn from my experience. I think
Yeah.
that'll be the goal.
And really, you're playing hard mode, right? Like you're taking the wrong tank
Yeah,
against the right
yeah,
tank.
yeah. It's super annoying, and I knew that DPM would be king. What I personally didn't realize is that the Sconq can get 2700 HP, and what 2700 HP means is I cannot kill him. I need 3 clips. So if he only has the 3% boost, I'm very close. I can basically do it in 2 if I pen every shot. When he has 2700 HP, I can't do that. Not in
Yeah,
any random reliable world.
yeah.
So
And as you
that
say,
made me
like,
sad.
you can't, like, people can just be stupid at that point, right? Like, he can
Yeah.
make a lot of mistakes
Yep.
and you're still going to lose.
He starts up 600 HP. That's kind of
Yeah.
the bottom line. Here I'm looking at it going, oh man, I just threw that last game. I'm really salty. I want to look at the replay. And I'm going to go run city again. But I'm thinking about, right there as I look left, I'm thinking about making a mid run. And I did not make a mid run in any of the games in the series because I didn't put optics on. But I was close. That was one of the things that I kept thinking about. If I took a mid run out to here, would I be able to shoot a conch? But they're so fast. So since I met him in the same point in the center last time, I'm going to come around and try to get some freebie damage. But you'll see how it goes. I'm looking. Now I'm realizing that I actually can't see around the church and down the road at the same time. And I don't want him to prox me, because once I get within proximity distance, I'm basically screwed. And that's what we figured out last time. So here he's in the low ground. I take the shot, slow it down, and absolutely don't pen.
I don't understand how you didn't pen.
Don't pen the side. And now I'm not actually going to get the second one off, which makes me really sad. I popped the reload, though, because obviously I can't sit there. So off we go. And I switched to APCR because the conch's gonna eat my heat. I'm raging right now. I'm raging at my computer. Like, I'm so freaking salty that this guy has a super conch, right?
Yes.
I look, and that one drifts upper plate. I think that one's my fault. The second one's just a hope. But here's the one that I actually look for. That's the one that looked good.
That's still an iffy shot, though.
He catches the nose, I think, here, but yeah. It was an iffy shot, but I needed it, right? He's at full HP.
And honestly, that's where my only comment is I think you can't get in those fights with a super conch. He wins every time.
He does. I think you're right. And I hear I'm still trying. I'm going to play some Ring Around the Rosie and hope for the best because, I'm playing to win. And I'm already down one game, which I'm not happy about. So here, we look for him again. I try not to expose, and I'm going to use the rubble. My idea here is use the rubble. I see him. Shot drifts way low, but I get a brew. I make sure the third one goes through, and I watch him burn and think, this is my moment. This is my time.
And you have just enough HP that you can take a hit here.
Exactly.
And make sure that you finish him.
Exactly. But now it's awkward because, let's say he's camping a corner and shoots me, but I know he's not because he's off cap. And thus ensues the goofiness. Because I want to shoot him, but I can't let him camp a corner. And I go, oh, I think he must have run north. There's no way he's to the south, right? Surely not. Surely. Yeah, there's no way. Let me climb. He's back on cap. He absolutely outfoxes me. So it gets super awkward again.
See, I think you outfoxed yourself there, thinking he would do something
clever.
And he just kind of sat there as super conchs do, right?
I think that's actually true. But I was so I'd just been beaten by somebody that I didn't consider particularly skilled player in the last game, and here I just wait for it. Bam. Yeah. The long wait. Jeez.
But again, if you didn't get that fire, you were already screwed. You were
totally host. Yeah.
It made me wonder if that's something you can target. Try to get a fire, hit him rear behind that,
right.
You have to get to his side to do that, or catch him off guard, which isn't guaranteed against a super conch.
I thought that going in. Actually, I thought about it and gone, hey, maybe I can try to brew them, because I knew I was going to have to reload, right? And I have weird intra clips as well. You guys will see, it's a 2-shot, pop a reload depending. And what I found that, again, surprised me, because I don't really play 1v1s against super conchs, he's so dang fast. It was actually very difficult to get around to the rear of that tank.
Yeah, because that was kind of my thought, is that, your one chance is to rush him down, but It's not as easy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, that was exactly what I thought as well. So, those will live and learn. And here I've got another beautiful Super Conch. Again, I'm thinking, man, could I run mid? No, probably not.
I
So
don't even know if you outspot a super conch, do you?
I'm not sure. I checked the garage and I see 465, but realistically, that's just vents and a crew and food. He probably sees 465, and if I get lit while I'm in the middle,
He's all
yeah.
down behind some rocks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy. And he's putting cap point
Oh,
pressure on
exactly, right. And he's got the single shot. He can afford to take blinds. I
you.
can't. So here I'm thinking, all right, playing the 7-8 line didn't go great. Playing on the cap, actually pretty struggle. Uh, what can I do now? Well, okay, I'll play the 0 line. I'll wait for them to get on cap, which will allow me to initiate shooting down on them because there's not cap circle to the east of the church. So they will not know I'm there besides spotting me. And I just sit here and wait for them to get on cap.
Yeah, this guy you played was quite smart. He
Yes.
fooled me quite a few times just
Von
watching.
Hell's quite a good player here. So big shout out to him, guys. And I'm just gonna sit. A few seconds have gone by. Very cool camo, as everybody can see. Beautiful flags. Now I'm thinking, hey, maybe he did something really derpy and like he ran middle. Or he went to run somewhere and he's sitting down here off the cap. So I go to pull forward and I'm looking for debris, anything I can find. Bingo. So here we look for the shot. I know his hole's right there. Critical into the track. So sad. So
he
sad.
had some angle there. I thought he was side on, but he did have a little bit of angle.
I mean,
there.
Again, a really good player. I actually thought he was side on when I played it in real time. So I don't get penned. It's awkward because he knows I'm here. We hang out. Spot's long dropped. My sixth sense stays up for 10 seconds, so there's never a time, unless he has designated target, I guess, but that's just unlikely on a Super Conch. So I go, okay, I'm going to play the outside now, because playing face-to-face has just sucked against the Super Conch. I mean, it's just been a bad time. Unfortunately, smart player spots me on the cross. Okay, great, what are my options? I go, the terrible poke by me here. I mean, just probably one of my worst pokes of the night. It's just the edge. I almost don't go out, and then I do. Now I have to poke for the shot, but there's just no shot there.
Yeah, there's no shot.
There's absolutely nothing. So we pop a clip, gotta drop a spot. And he's going, which side's this guy gonna jump to? I'm gonna beat him up. And I'm going, hey, which side is this guy not gonna jump to? I'm gonna go there. That's where I want to be.
I wonder if he can see you knock down some of that foliage too.
Oh, I wonder. This right here, yep, maybe. And I know for sure, I feel for sure he's to the left. And then I realize, oh, we're running in circles. Here, I think about it, but I should have run this over. It didn't end up really mattering that much because it wasn't that close, but this would eat my heat rounds. And so that was actually a mistake by me. I played it in real time and I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to go wide, and 100% mistake for sure. Another thrilling lap around the buildings. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, he didn't ring around the Rosie with you there, did he?
He stops, yeah, and here, I think that's just a bad shot. I can't even think I can blame the game. I think I actually shoot high. And then watch him use the debris. And then I can't fire, because it will just eat the round. And at this point, it's just like, I'm totally hosed.
Yeah.
I popped the reload, because the only way for me to win is to do some sort of face hug BS, and he knows it. So very well played to this guy. There I get a pen through the front. I look forward again. Oops. Sorry for the jerkiness. And then there I get another one. It's not bad driving, but it's just not even close against this guy.
Yeah, as you say, he played this smart, and anytime he kept closing with you, which is just, you can't win a close-in fight, and he didn't let you get away, and again,
very well played.
Smart player.
Yeah, for sure, actually.
And 2,700 HP.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so rough, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had a Super Conk, I'd be playing it, or an E100, or 277 would probably be my pick, or 279E, excuse me, if I had the pretend tank. But I have a Kranv, and so I was playing for gold, hoping for the best. Mm-hmm.
It's a good test too, right? Because if you're gonna beat a Super Conk, you have to be a little lucky, but you just have to play better.
Right. Actually, be a better player.
It's a good challenge. Yeah.
This one was my least concerning matchup because I'm a really good Kranv driver in general. Not all the time when you guys get to see it in all its not glory tonight. But in general, I'm very confident in my Kranv I can play. This guy, I would take my Kranv against somebody else's, almost anyone. Not anyone, but almost anyone. And so I'm not that scared. I know this game is going to end inside of 40 seconds after we engage.
Yeah.
And I don't take the turbo, right? I do not need a turbo on this one. But I liked what that Super Conk did. So I'm going to try to do what he did and learn from my mistakes.
Bro.
Right? Oh, gosh. I'm also scared to use heat. I go APCR. I go, well, if I'm looking down at his turret, APCR is probably still going to bounce depending on the angle. So that's not going to fight. Well, I guess I go heat. So picking the rounds here was really a struggle.
Yeah, and I think when you're thinking of those things, it's often, it's getting yourself in a good position where it won't matter if it was heat or a PCR.
Right.
Because if you're relying on that, then RNG is going to be the big determiner.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And we see it a little bit here. It's a really funny matchup because he gets on cap. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be such an easy game. This is for sure gold. So I look at him. I pop him. Very normal. I look down. I say, oh, I have a green pen indicator. And I drift up into the turret, which is rough. And then I drop it down and I say, oh, that's orange. I'm just going to reclip because I'm up HP.
Yeah, that's smart.
But so awkward to have drifted into the turret. And that's my fault. Like to anyone watching. I should have let that clip go, let that shot zoom a little longer. Right, I'm running the aim directive. I'm running the smaller circle. But, and I'm running heavy gun. So it's minus 15%, I think, dispersion after shooting. It still didn't work.
Yeah, and I think especially with derpy autoloaders with low, clip size, it's worth just sitting there and taking the hit to ensure you hit every one, right?
Yeah, and here again, where I'm aiming is good. Where it hits, it drifts into the plate. And I don't think this guy's a particularly experienced player. I'm not sure if he knew where to go. So I get a bit lucky. And I'm able to advance on him at least. It feels way easier than playing a Super Conk. Even if this guy was super good. And, he did get some wins tonight. So actually, he's a pretty solid player. But here it's just I know he's clipped. Give me a lower plate. And then we look for another one. And we're just going to clip into each other. But he actually can't kill me with that clip. So it's a very chill scenario.
And you can see you totally just sat there, took the shots.
Yep.
You just knew it and you made sure your shots counted, right?
Yeah, that was the games tonight, guys. There was a bye, and there was Super Conks, and someone kicked my teeth in, and I got a win. But it was fun to play. I mean, I get 250 gold, and I'll use it for, yeah, right? I'm very loaded now.
You can demount a module
I'm
now.
very loaded now, yeah. Call me Mr. Moneybags, actually. Call me Mr. Moneybags. So, it's fun, though. I love the tournament stuff. And I hope to have a better tank in the future. I mean, that's really my hope, I guess, through this, is that after getting beat out by some of the more meta tanks, it encourages me to do things like grind the Super Conch line, grind the E100, that kind of thing. Yeah. So those were the games. Hans, any last thoughts for us?
I think you're being a little hard on yourself, considering, everything that you're facing when you're facing those type of tanks in this type of battle. That, you really can only do what you can do. And, yes, if you were maybe a little bit more patient, you might have got those shots. But, that's World of Tanks. There's a very big RNG component, and sometimes it favors you, and you get fires that take out 3/4 of a tank's health. And sometimes you get penned through the turret for no good reason, right?
Right. So here we go. Participation 1v1 on 8-4. 250 gold, 1,000 free XP. So yay, free XP. I did win the one or my group, I should say, last night. So I got a little more gold from that too. So I got 956 now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope people enjoyed this. Have a great night.